Gunline. Oh, man, I don't even know how to fucking go with this. Fire mission coming down. It's your host, Lopez, here, and you're on the Gunline podcast, where we shoot the shit like we did in the past out in the field. Check it out. We got a special report coming here from y'all, directly from the great state of GA. I got my true information host, my buddy, my brother from another mother. Got to be smart because he's FDC, so it was. And I call him the Black Rush Limbaugh. This is my boy, Marquis Davis. I don't use first name, so thank y'all for being here. And what's going on, Davis? Welcome to On the Gun Line. How you doing today?
Hey, okay. So first of all, let's get your gun line straight, okay? So you have to say it correctly. You saying it's so boring. You have to wake up the gun line, okay?
Well, so wake up how you would do it when we was on the line.
So when we were in Iraq and we had a counter-fire mission, all right, first thing I would do was get on the mic and be like, gun line. You know, I'm coming in quick. I'm letting them know something's going to happen. Let's go. All right. gun line. This 1-0, Colin. The answer back in sequence. Over. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. Gun 7, waking up.
This election.
Oh, that's what we're talking about this morning?
Yeah, well, you know I'm going to talk about it.
Well, I thought that we were going to discuss what's on everybody's mind.
Well, that's the election.
Oh, I thought we were talking about what's going on in Georgia, how your Falcons keep having a lead and blowing it.
Look, don't bring up football, okay? Because the only game we should have really lost was Seattle and that Green Bay game.
I'm just saying. It looks like Trump's having a fucking problem out there like the Falcons.
You know what's funny? The football shows what key leadership can be. Even this shows even in the military. You have Julio Jones, Matt Ryan, an MVP. You got Julio Jones, a good stable of running backs. You have an all-pro center who, when he came to the team, allowed you to go to the Super Bowl because of his stopping mechanism, the way he helped the core of the line stop from getting Matt Ryan sacked. Mm-hmm. Matt Ryan MVP that year, right? That's because we had fresh ideas coming from Kyle Shanahan. That's why 2 years later, Kyle Shanahan was back in the Super Bowl because he had fresh ideas. Well, you have Dan Quinn, who was pretty much, I want to try this zone defense. Okay. Which everyone's like, you got these big dudes in the NFL who are fast, and you want to go with small, fast dudes who are just going to get trucked over. I don't understand why him and Thomas Dimitrov stayed with the Falcons for as long as possible, but whatever. I guess loyalty.
That you're throwing out these motherfucking names like ESPN, and you lost me at Kyle Shanahan. Maybe my listeners know who the fuck you talking about, but I don't. But yeah,
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Good, baby. You good. I'm just saying that it looks like Trump is taking a page out of the Falcons notebook and having a lead up to the fourth quarter and just fucking blowing it. Because it looks like he's blown it, and now
it's by at least
Biden is leading by 7,248 votes.
And what was funny was yesterday I was telling people, I was like, Georgia's going to come back down to a recount, okay? Why? But that's only if there's 0.1% of the vote off. Why? Now we are at a 0.2%. There won't be a recount,
bro. Why even? I don't even know why Trump would fucking put himself in a position to want to recount, because then he's not just going to lose. He's going to lose bigly. He's going to lose huge. So,
and what's funny is just like in 2000. No, let's go to 1996 when Ross Perot ran. Huh?
Were you even born yet?
Yeah. Dude, I've been following politics since 92 when I was like 5. But in 96, Ross Perot, Bob Dole, and Bill Clinton ran, okay? Mm-hmm. Bob Dole lost that race because Ross Perot took a lot of key votes away from him. Mm-hmm. Joe Jorgensen.
And he got stuck.
Those little minute 61,000 votes he got, if those would have been distributed between the two major parties, some of these states would have been red or blue. You understand what I'm saying? Joe Jorgensen, I'm looking right now, got 61,000 votes here in Georgia, 1.2% of the vote, okay? How much is Donald Trump down by? 7,000 votes. pretty much.
Votes in Georgia.
So look at that. That's what third-party candidates do. But hold on a second. But if they had the money that these big parties do, then they'd be able to get more votes and actually be a part of the debates and have their vision said and out there. They don't. Okay. So you have this grassroots movement that has taken 61,000 votes from Joe Biden or Donald Trump.
And you know what? I'm okay with that because that's just a fucking message to the two-party fucking system saying, stop giving us shitty goddamn candidates, or we're going to vote for a shittier candidate who at least has fresher ideas like we were discussing with the football. And fucking, dude, you gave us two shitty candidates to vote for. All right, I'm not a Trump supporter. I did vote for him the first fucking election. I did. And it was more of an anti-Hillary vote.
I voted for him the first one too.
And I didn't vote against her because she's a woman. How motherfuckers say that shit. No, I voted against her because I do remember Benghazi. I do remember her politics in New York. I don't like her personally. I don't know her and I don't fucking like her. She just has this fucking face I want to smack the shit out of. And honestly, that's how I feel about Kamala. All right. It's not because she's black. It's not because she's Indian. It's not because she's a woman. It's because I don't like her smug piece of shit ass.
Well, she's just the vice president.
Okay.
They haven't killed Biden.
No, let's be real. Right now, we're not voting for vice president. We're voting for president because the VP is going to step up. Biden
is funny.
All 4 years.
One of the funniest things that I saw was how everyone was saying, how are they going to elect a 76-year-old? And everybody's like, Trump's 74. You know, like they're both old as fuck. So,
dude, I just don't understand what the fuck is wrong with the state of America. Where, you know what? I'll give it to you. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I vote for the best liar. I'll just put it out there. And fucking.
That's what they do.
Yeah,
that's what they do. And you gotta. But see, the game of politics is so fascinating to me. I love politics. I'll talk politics all day. Whether I'm wrong or right, I mean, that's just how politics is. You have an opinion on it, and no one's ever going to be 100% right unless you are a constitutional lawyer. You understand what I'm saying? And you're interpreting
it wrong because they interpret it a different way.
Exactly. So, you know, looking at this right here, and I see all of these videos of people saying that, you know, the election is rigged. This is rigged. Oh, we got people counting mail-in ballots, and I'm like, we've been using mail-in ballots for fucking ever. Okay. Now, I said this to a group of friends of mine prior to the election when I was watching Donald Trump trying to stop the U.S. Postal Service from sending out mail-in ballots.
Right.
I was like, so now he's trying to generate an idea in his base's mind that mail-in ballots is going to cost him the vote and there's going to be fraud attached to it.
So basically, he played Inception.
Yep, he sowed that seed, and if you've seen the base of Donald Trump over the years of his presidency, you will see that whatever he says, people believe wholeheartedly. And then if you actually bring them facts related to what he said, oh well, you didn't understand. He was either joking or he meant this. Right. Now with President Obama, if President Obama said something and I said, well, you know, he actually meant this. Right. Oh, no. No. The hell are you talking about? He didn't mean that. This is what he said. But you can't say that to a Donald Trump fan. That's what I call them. I call them fans because they act like he's impervious, like he's the Pope and he is the third step below God.
He's infallible.
Infallible. That's it. You know, and I'm like, he's a man.
Oh, by the way, I want to throw out that the only reason I know infallible was because I watched the movie Dogma. And so
that's the thing, you know. And so this election, when you look at the numbers, and you know the flow of how presidential elections work, if you watch and learn and read the history of them, you'll understand that this happens every single election. Great point was brought up on one of the posts that I was trolling with on Facebook.
Oh, let's let everybody know real quick. For those that don't know, old Davis here likes to fucking stir the pot while he's on Facebook. And not only that, I go in there and I add fucking fuel to the flames. And dude, it's just awesome to see the bigotry and the not only bigotry, but also the uninformed opinions that everyone throws out there. You know what I mean? It's, dude, honestly, can I just say something to be real quick, not to cut you off? If this would have been spun the other way around, let's say it was Trump with all the mail-in ballots, wouldn't the left be doing the exact same thing though?
Yes. You know, I mean, and this is what I made a point of this morning. I said in 2016, there was no evidence of Russian collusion or instigation within the vote. And then at that time, the Republicans were saying, hey, stop saying this because our democracy depends on us having a free and fair election. Right. But now in 2020, your candidate is losing. So because he's losing, mail-in ballots are fucking frauds. But we're supposed to have a free and impartial election. Mm-hmm. Okay, and then I saw another one that said, well, you know, the states determine who the electors are. And so because of that, the states need to send in the right people.
Can I ask you about the Electoral College?
Go ahead.
All right, so the Electoral College, everybody complains about the popular vote not being the one that elects the president. But my understanding is, I mean, each state does have a certain amount of votes, electoral votes, right? But don't the states decide who gets those electoral votes based on the popularity or the amount of votes that are cast for that person in that state?
You would think that is the case, but actually 47 states, 47 states have it so that it's a winner-take-all system.
Right.
So that's why the AP, Fox News, ABC are able to say that this person won this amount of electoral votes because no matter what happens, say Georgia flips blue, Biden wins Georgia by a handful of votes. Mm-hmm. Doesn't matter. The electorals that they pick are going to come from the Democratic campaign, you know, the Democratic campaign office or whatever, and they're going to go to the Congress and they're going to cast their ballots. And their ballots have to be in line with the popular vote the first time. Okay, the first time. All right. Now, the second vote, if it comes to that, let's say the first vote doesn't really line up with, yeah, I know it's confusing. I know. Okay. So the electorals.
Man, you're getting too educated up on this motherfucker. I ain't at Harvard, bro. Don't treat me like Harvard. Treat me like
I told you. Dude, let me tell you. Okay, so in 2000, when Gore lost the election, right? That's when I really started diving deep into the Electoral College and trying to learn as much as I could about the process. I was in high school, so yeah, you know, so I was trying to learn as much as I could about the election process. I stayed up all night watching that election, and it came down to Florida. Remember? And then when Florida flipped red, I was like, hold on. But Gore had this many popular votes. Why isn't he winning? You know, like a lot of idiots were in 2016 with Clinton. And then when I got to researching the electoral vote, and I realized that back when William Harrison ran for election, he didn't win the popular vote. He won the Electoral College.
Stop. Okay. You're getting confused here now.
Okay.
I don't mean the American popular vote. I mean the popular vote within the state. Now, if the popular vote within the state goes towards one candidate versus the other, does that candidate win that state?
Yes.
Okay, so the popular vote still matters, but it matters in the state.
In the state.
Not in the country. That's why Trump does so well, because he's not just focusing on the big cities like the Democrats, but on the smaller counties, which add fucking up. Is that correct?
That's how he won in 2016. And if you look at the entire map right now, let's look at Texas, for instance, right? You'll see the little spots of blue around the major around the major cities, but you see all of the rural areas are red.
Yeah.
Okay. So those counties matter. That's the one thing Democrats have fallen away from. They focus so much on the urban,
right,
that they forget about the suburban and the rural.
Okay.
Okay. the one key thing that I heard on NPR this morning about this vote was Donald Trump still led with white male vote. Okay. He still led with white male and white female non-college graduate votes. Okay. But where he failed at was that he lost a lot of the support he had with white male and female college educated people. Okay. Okay. And the new voters, that's why you see so many numbers this year, because new voters came out in waves. And these aren't new voters like 18-year-olds. No, these are new voters like 60-year-olds and 40-year-olds who never voted before. But because somebody actually reached out to them via text, they went and voted. And one thing
is that black chick in Georgia,
Stacey Abrams. Stacey, don't talk about her like that. She's actually a pretty decent person once you get to talk to her.
She's fat. Is she not fat?
I mean, you can't just call people fat. We've been over this like in 2006. I mean, 2008.
Fat black lady. She went out and reached out to fucking her constituents. She went out to reach out to people, and that worked.
And that's it. And so one thing that Republicans felt this is okay. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of history. When in 2000 and what was his name?
I gotta go do something real quick with my internet. You school these motherfuckers.
Okay, so the guy who went, what was his name? Can't remember his name. Back in 2010, something like that. One of the elections before Obama got presidency, 2008. He was up. He was winning because he had a grassroots mission going on. He was able to get people out knocking on doors to go vote. And until he went, and everybody said he was crazy, he was winning the Democratic nomination. Understand what I'm saying? So when you have a grassroots movement, which the Republicans have utilized for a very long time, and it works. It works. Getting your base out to vote works. You have to do that. But it's been seen, it's been told, it's been said a million times that Democrats rely heavily on mail-in ballots. Now, one thing that we normally don't get to is absentee ballots and overseas military ballots, because normally the person who's losing, he concedes the race before we get to the military overseas ballots.
Yes.
Okay. So now we have the military overseas ballots, which is going to be roughly around 85,000 votes, which people think is going to be more Trump heavy. But I don't think so. I really don't.
Look, man, I think that Trump should just fucking grab his big boy pants and say, you know what, man? We gave it our best fucking shot. But I made a promise to make America great again, and I did. Because in this election, what I done did is I united all the people against me. Now America is great again. That was my plan the whole fucking time. That's what he
said. You know what's funny, though? I voted for Trump in 2016. I've said this a number of times. People look at me funny. For real? You know, my close friends. Go ahead. Don't talk to me. That's stupid.
That is stupid.
You know, but still. And I did it because I believe that he had the business acumen to get America's economy back on a level field for everybody in regards to China and foreign policies. Republicans are great with foreign policies. Great with it. But I'm more of a domestic issue kind of guy.
Yes.
Okay. I'm always about taking care of home first. And if you listen to the Dirty 30, DV Radio, True Information, fucking Lima Charlie radio show, any show I've done, I've told you this a number of times. I am a domestic person. Okay. I told last night we was doing a show and I said, you know, I lean more now as an independently thinking Democrat.
Right.
Okay, because I'm more involved with, or I'm more focused on domestic issues, homelessness, child poverty, education within the United States, secondary education, you know, gross domestic product, stuff like that, as opposed to foreign affairs. when I began researching politics, I'll tell you, dude, I'm like a social science nerd. I should have made my degree that.
Let me ask you something though. And I mean, I'm a firm believer in we need to take care of us before we take care of anyone else. All right, that's one thing I worry about is we are acting as the world police. Well, we were acting as the world police, and I think my biggest issue with the Democrats is taxes and where they're going to. We're all going to pay taxes regardless. It's where they're allocated to. And I'm all about fucking assisting those that need assistance, especially right now with the way things are going. Motherfuckers are not working. That's what welfare is for. All right. It's not to make a career out of welfare, but it's to help you get on your motherfucking feet. And I don't like the fact that Democrats fucking they think that government is the fix-all of everything. At least in my opinion. My opinion is that these motherfuckers will come in there every 4 fucking years and tell you, look, here's what I'm going to do for you. And motherfuckers blindly do this shit and follow them. Look, man, I've been alive since 77. All right. And motherfuckers in the hood are still in the hood. And that's after motherfuckers go there every 4 years to say, we're going to do this for you. We're going to do that for you. But motherfuckers don't advance.
Well, you see, now the change is that we have our eyes on every move a politician, anybody for that matter, makes. Mm-hmm. Okay. So what we can do now is question more and demand more. Okay. This is what didn't happen back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s and early 2000s, is that we didn't demand of our politicians to do what they said they were going to do. This started when Obama became president, when you had people actively engaging with him on social media via Twitter or whatever, saying, hey, why the hell did you do this? You might not have responded, but I'm pretty sure somebody saw it.
Right.
Okay. And the same thing happened with Donald Trump. Why do you think Donald Trump had these midnight tweet fests? Because he saw a tweet that someone said and he got pissed off about it.
Right.
Now, the next president, whatever this election holds, all right, Biden ain't dead yet. So this next president,
keyword yet,
is going to be held to a higher scrutiny, especially because now we have doubt on the election results. Okay.
Spell that word you just said.
What?
The one you just said.
Now we have election.
After that.
Results.
Especially. How do you spell that?
Oh, especially. Oh, I'm country and my big Negro lips can't say certain words. So
especially, but some reason you said especially.
Oh, especially. Oh, I do apologize for that.
What I do say is there's no ECK there. It's especially. Now,
listen,
you're from the South, and y'all motherfuckers talk funky out there. Black folk in the South, for some reason, y'all can't pronounce strip club or street or shrimp. It's the scrimp store by the scrimp store down the street.
I haven't said scrimps in years. So
throw that in there, bro. But go ahead. My bad. I didn't mean to blow your shit.
I'm telling you, boy, I get on the road when I'm talking about politics. I don't know why people let me do it.
What it's all about. And look, man, on the gun line, if we were literally on the gun line right now, we would be discussing this shit out there. We would be talking about it. You know what I'm saying? I would
probably call somebody out.
I'll tell you what, motherfuckers in the military, what they are mostly worried about right now is their raise. Let's be real. Come January, how much is my increase going to be in my raise? And Trump hooked them up. Now, do you think that's going to be affected by the Biden camp? I'm going to say, look, I'm going to call it already. Fuck CNN, fuck Fox, fuck AP. Biden wins. All right. I'm throwing this out. Today is November 7th, 2020 at 8:07 a.m. Your host, Lopez from On the Gunline podcast has called the election for Biden and Harris.
I mean, you're not far off.
Man.
He's winning Pennsylvania right now by 30,000 votes.
It was just 7,000. He's winning by 30 now? Oh, Philadelphia must have came in.
Yeah, he got 3,337,000. Trump got 3,308,000. So roughly 30,000 votes.
Oh, wait.
So
Just throw in the towel, Trump.
That's 20 electoral votes. If I was him, this is what I would do. This is what I would advise Trump to do. Concede the election.
Be the big man.
Oh, hey, hold on a second. She's screaming.
All right, go ahead, man. You got this. She's screaming because she just heard that Trump lost. And while he go ahead and step out, I want to thank you all for listening to the On the Gunline podcast. If you're looking at this shirt right here, it's the Too Fucking Easy. You can go ahead and find this over at the Teespring store for On the Gunline and check it out. Just go onto the Facebook for the On the Gunline and click the shop now. You'll be able to find it there. Oh, you look under the fucking, if you're on YouTube, look in the or the description. It'll have a link there to the fucking Teespring store. Make sure y'all go ahead and go in there and get some merch, help a brother out. I'm trying to get a motherfucking motorcycle. I mean, I'm trying to get more podcast equipment.
Yeah, like that.
Welcome back.
You know, damn, she done threw my whole train of thought off. But yeah, this is what I would advise the president to do. Okay, your base is there. You have 70 million votes nationally. Okay, run again in 2024.
He can't.
He only served one term.
That shit don't work like that.
It does.
But wait, there's more. What?
If you don't serve 2 terms consecutively, you can run again.
Wait a minute.
As president.
What if he wins on the second time that he runs? Does he serve 2 terms consecutively there?
No, he can't run again after that. You can only serve 2 terms as president of the United States.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Okay, check that out. Don't put that shit in his brain now.
You can only serve 2 terms. Okay. So like,
have to be consecutively.
They don't have to be consecutive. Like, look, Obama could never run for president again. He could never run for a position that could lead to him being president. So he couldn't even really be a senator. Understand what I'm saying? He could serve on the Supreme Court like William Taft did. Okay, President Taft, huh?
Wait a minute. You know what? You just moved into a very good topic. We're gonna go ahead and bounce off the presidential election, and let's bounce to the fucking Supreme Court.
Oh, the Supreme Court.
Tell me, where does it say in the Constitution that we must follow the last will and testament or the last breathed thoughts of the Supreme Court justice? That, you know, she didn't want Trump to elect, or what did she say? She wanted to wait till the next president-elect nominate.
Okay, well, let's just look at it this way. She was pretty much following the traditional path that has been set over the last 10 years by Mitch McConnell and the Senate majority.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Couldn't allow Obama to choose a replacement when he was leaving office.
Okay, fuck that. Don't give me that bullshit. The only reason that wouldn't happen was because the Senate was majority by Republican. If it was majority Democrat, they would have fucking slid that motherfucker in there in a heartbeat.
Exactly. But as a politician, you have to remember your words have power. Okay?
They do.
So when you say this precedent has been set and we will never do this, and then you renege on it, now you have people who are like, we really trust y'all? But then you look at this, if you look at the Senate races that have happened during this last election, the Senate is still red. Okay, if there was overall rampant fraud going on, the Senate would be blue.
I was waiting for you to come on to that because
the Congress would be blue. I mean, let's be real here. We have to use common sense, people. Okay? Why would I just want to win the presidency? Makes no sense.
The president only presides. You know, the one that does the shit is the fucking Congress and the motherfucking Senate. It's a balance of power.
When it comes to your taxes, guess who implements the tax proposals?
Who's that, Marquis?
That's the Congress.
No. Wait, what power do they have?
They have pretty much ultimate power. Let's look at it this way.
Is it called?
Huh? I mean, I know we have our checks and balances. I got that. Okay. But the president is going to propose a tax budget and plan. Okay. Where is he going to send it? Oh, he's going to send it to Congress. And then what is Congress going to do? Nah. Because the Senate's going to be like, nah, but we'll just do a government shutdown.
Oh, shit.
And you know, one of the funny facts that I saw last night was that Obama had 2 years where the Democrats controlled the House and the Senate. Yeah. But yet and still, he didn't get as much done as he probably could have, having that much power. Mm-hmm. Let's look at, he got Obamacare passed during that time, right? Mm-hmm. But think of what else could have been done. Think if Trump had a red Congress, House and the Senate, and the presidency, what could he have done? Now, we all get wrapped up in this social justice movement that happened because as President Trump being president, his fan bases began to think that they were immune to any type of racial biases or racial calling outs. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I'm black, you're Hispanic. We have both. Hispanic. Okay, I'm black and you brown, and we have brown. What the fuck are you then?
My race is mestizo.
Okay, he's mestizo. Down in the South, they call you Mexican.
Look, in New York, I'm Puerto Rican, and fucking, I'm Cuban in Florida. I'm a wetback in fucking in LA. I'm Mexican. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
So down here in Georgia, you're Mexican.
I'm Mexican.
And we have both faced racial biases and injustices in our life. It comes with the skin tone. Mm-hmm. It comes with the skin tone. Okay. So if I'm a black dude, I'm telling you, something that motherfucker said right there wasn't right. Whether it be the president, Mitch McConnell, some, KKK member with a flag, who knows? If I'm telling you as a black man that right there was a little bit prejudiced, that right there is racist, maybe you should listen. You can't come to me and say, well.
I can, and I will.
I mean, yes, you can because you've experienced the same racial intolerance.
No. Okay, so here's the thing. Here's one thing I'm against. Motherfuckers that are white can say what the fuck they want just as much as a motherfucker that's black or a motherfucker that's brown. Because honestly, just because white people are not the only races, y'all. I know a lot of black folk that hate white people like a motherfucker. I know a lot of Hispanics that hate white people and black people like a motherfucker. So,
I know.
You from down south, so I'm sure that your grandparents had some words or choice words for them white folk.
Let me tell you, my aunt, mom, and my uncle, they all grew up in segregated Georgia. Okay. My mom tells a story of when the KKK came to their neighborhood when they were younger. And their neighbor was in the back of the woods. Right. But they came because the new elementary school they was building they made a black principal there. Well, they didn't like that. So they came and put crosses in everybody's yard.
God damn.
Yeah. So what the men did was they guarded the entrance to the neighborhood with their shotguns and shit. They stood right there for like months after it happened. Okay, so but what I was trying to say is that I know everyone has experienced something racial in their life. Everyone, whether it be a black guy calling a white dude a cracker, you understand what I'm saying, or a black dude being called an inbred, huh?
Here's what I was saying though.
Oh,
just because somebody says something that may sound racist, it doesn't mean that they're racist. In other words, they might say something that's racial. Now, something that's racial is not the same as something that's racist. Something that's stereotypical doesn't make it racist. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think that there's a big fucking disconnect as to what when we say, oh, that motherfucker's being racist. He's not being racist. He's being racial with what he's saying, but he's not being racist. At least that's what I wanted to say.
But remember when I said earlier, okay? Let's talk about the military, okay? Oh. So were you there when Captain Brown was our commander?
No.
Okay, so in Alphabet we had Captain Brown. Great guy. But he would say things like, whenever somebody on the briefing for the weekend, he would say, if you get drunk and you get caught driving, what's going to happen? And then we would say UCMJ action and hazing. Okay. So that was our philosophy because our leader said that if somebody got in trouble, you're about to get UCMJ action, right? And we want to haze you, which we did. Okay. Now, when First Sergeant Wilkerson came, he changed that. You can't haze in the military. We know that, we do, but you can't. Okay. So he took out the UCMJ action and hazing because guess what? It would have gotten everyone in trouble.
Right.
Okay. So if you're a leader of the Republican Party, which the president is the de facto leader of whatever party they are associated with, if Obama would have came out and said, this is why I like to use Obama for this type of demonstration. Obama, a black man. If Obama would have came out and said at one of his speeches, I'm really getting sick and tired of these white folks sitting here bashing me every day. Okay. If he would have just said white folks, that would have been astronomical. That would have been headline news till this day. Okay. If they would have said, Obama, why haven't you condemned Black Lives Matter, which is now a terrorist group or whatever? Just saying, you know what I'm saying? And if he would have said, I don't think anything they've done wrong. Tell me somebody about it. Tell me which group? Which group? What would we have done? We would have bashed the hell out of Obama forever. Okay, because then he's encouraging those within his base to do something stupid or act an ass off of his misunderstanding of either a question or the way he's just blunt in saying it. And as the president of the United States, I've always said this: you can be as blunt as you want to be, but you have to bring it back down to a personable level. Okay, you have to be able to be the face of America. That's even with the Congress. Okay, Nancy Pelosi is the face of the Congress, whether you like her or not. She is the Speaker of the freaking House. That is the third most powerful person in the United States of America.
That's embarrassing.
But people who don't know how the line of the presidency works, here we go. You got the president.
You go ahead and break down the fucking the hierarchy and the pecking order. I'm gonna go refill my coffee. Go ahead.
Okay. President dies, vice president becomes president, right? Vice president dies, Speaker of the House becomes president, right? And then they go through the if the Speaker of the House dies as well, they go through this the cabinet seats, ranking from hierarchy of when they were established. All right. So you can look all this up. It's in the 24th or 25th Amendment, something like that. They made it in the when did they make it? They made it after FDR became president for a third time. Well, fourth time. Remember, he didn't serve his fourth term because he died, but he won the fourth time. Golly, can you believe that? One dude was president 4 times. My goodness. They wanted to make President Washington president for life. They wanted to make that the executive branch position to be a president for life type of position, but Washington kind of was like, nah.
For life?
They also wanted to call the president, how we call the president, Mr. President, Mr. President. They wanted to actually call the president Your Highness back then. Yeah. George Washington said that it was too much like being a king, and I didn't want that to happen. Right. But it's like it's
you already break down the pecking order though.
Yeah. President, vice president,
Speaker of the House,
and then cabinet members.
Can you imagine President Pelosi?
No. I'm gonna tell you the truth. With a President Pelosi, then we would probably actually be a socialist kind of state.
Well, okay, but now with that said, we're gonna eat some words right now. The Senate is fucking red though. So what policies could she put through? I mean, she might talk a good game, but
let's look back at Teddy Roosevelt for a second here. Okay, this is where you get the term bully pulpit. All right, where Teddy Roosevelt used probably, I think, the most executive orders in the history of the United States presidency when Congress was out of session.
Okay,
he was just writing. This is how he established the national park system.
Oh, wait a minute. Whoa. The brakes. But I thought that the president couldn't just fucking sign shit into law without it going through. Isn't that the whole
with an executive order, he has, I think, 90 days, something like that. You know how the president can go to war for 90 days without calling it a war?
Wow.
Yeah. You know, we can go attack anybody the fuck we want to for 90 days unless Congress says that it's a war. If Congress doesn't say it's a war, then we have to come back. So I think
conflicts
conflicts and stuff like that. You know, like the Grenada conflict. You know, instead of a Grenada war.
Right.
You know,
it's all about the
and so that's why, you know, Teddy Roosevelt used the executive order in a fashion that had never been used before, and pretty much haven't been used since. I mean, Trump tried, but he didn't really utilize it to his advantage. The executive order is powerful. All right. They tried to limit its power, but they really couldn't because of what the Constitution says about that and what the president can do. I'm telling you, I'm not a constitutional scholar. I just love politics. But when I was reading and watching a documentary on Teddy Roosevelt and how he established the national park system, because Congress didn't want to. All right, understand that Congress didn't want to do. They wanted to sell that land over there in Yosemite. Understand what I'm saying?
Well,
Teddy Roosevelt saved all of that. You know,
just hindsight, just my mind thinking what you saying that shit. If they would have sold it, they would have made money off of it, and then they could have came back and been like, "Hey, we need this land back, and we're taking it from you." What's that? Eminent domain or some shit like that?
Yeah, but then they would have had a constitutional case in front of the Supreme Court, and then that would have been astronomical in the cost of the United States would have probably had to pay the landowner.
You know what? Now that I recall, we were talking about the Supreme Court.
Yeah, Supreme Court.
I've been hearing a lot about fucking with Biden winning and Harris. That they can go ahead and add more justices. Is that that you think is going to happen?
No, because remember, the Supreme Court pretty much has the final say-so on any constitutional changes, and that would be a constitutional change. So even if
do it at one time,
we did increase the number of judges before. Okay. I can't tell you the date of the time, but I do know we did increase the number of judges from, I think it was like 3 or 4 to what we currently have now. And one thing that I will say is that they could try, but the Supreme Court is ultimately one of the most powerful entities on the planet.
As it should be.
I mean, you know, right. What was funny was when Amy Barrett got nominated and then confirmed, everybody's like, yeah, Roe v. Wade is going away. Roe v. Wade is going away. And what people fail to realize that these are judges. Okay. These aren't politicians. I'm gonna let you know right now, they might lean left or right, but at the end of the day, they're going to uphold the letter of the law as they see fit. The law. And that's why when we go back to this vote saying that Trump wants to take it to the Supreme Court, what end up happening is they're going to look at the letter of the law. They're going to look at any evidence given. And then they're going to be like, okay, well, you might have won Georgia on some fake ballots, and you might have won North Carolina, but you lost Pennsylvania and you lost Nevada. So Biden's president.
Well, here's the thing, though. But a lot of people believe that these justices would vote based on their feelings or their political opinions or based on their religious beliefs. But that's not how that works, right? I mean, people, they're judges because they've proved themselves in the past of fucking holding down the letter of the fucking law. Hate it or love it, agree or disagree, they go down to the letter of the law and how they interpret it. And sometimes that completely could backfire on a Republican.
That can backfire on a Democrat. I mean, if you look at what was the Dred Scott case, that backfired because remember, Dred Scott they told him to take his ass back to the plantation. You understand what I'm saying? Then they reversed that decision, and then that's when they were saying that owning people is wrong. Okay, so in 2020, do you actually think they're going to go back and be at Roe v. Wade and be like, well, a woman shouldn't be able to get any type of abortion, so let's just get rid of Roe? In 2020, do you think they're going to do that? No. Dude,
it's just all these social fucking matters. Leave it up to the fucking state. The government has nothing to do with this shit. Leave it up to, here's my problem, bro. My problem with the government is the government shouldn't impose their will on me. Like what happened up there in fucking New York, where the goddamn mayor or the governor, no more 32-ounce fucking sodas. What? Why? Because it makes me fat? Motherfucker, it's not your problem what I do with my body.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
It's a slippery slope. People say, "Oh, that's something minute," but it's a slippery slope because it can set a precedent that somebody can use to fucking further their goddamn agenda.
Tell me, baby. You know, and then what's funny to me though is that people don't understand that when precedents are set, they affect the law for a very long time. So it can be some small case that happened in Albany, Georgia, back in 1984, where a judge made a decision. And next thing you know, you have a big Supreme Court law case, but he said, hey, this judge said this decision in 84. And they're like, oh, we didn't know that. Let's see what the precedent was set.
Right.
And then next thing you know, you have that going on.
Hey, mama, how you doing?
Say,
How did that cute thing come out of that bum look that you're sitting on? All scraggly bearded.
This is my little youngest one, this is Sabiana. Say hey, Sabi.
Hi. Hi, Sabiana.
You say hey?
Hey.
Is it Sabiana?
Savi, yeah, Saviana.
Zaviana?
Mm-hmm.
Zaviana?
No, S-A-V-I, Saviana.
You know, that in Spanish, Savi, it sounds like, you know, somebody who has a lot of knowledge. And then in Anna.
Don't tell her that.
You have a lot of knowledge, don't you, baby girl? You should go be the next president. You should be the president of the United States.
What you need, baby?
Your cute self.
Nothing?
Nothing to pee on.
I know, go watch TV. You got the Xbox up there. I'll be up in a minute, okay?
We're almost done, sweetheart.
Okay. Huh? Okay, here I come. All right, so
now that we got a nice black name out there, Sabiana.
Saviana.
How did y'all come up with that name?
My wife did. I named our oldest daughter Samaya, which means my sky. It's an Indian boy name, but in America, it translates very well to a girl name. So I named her Samaya, you know, and we call. Do
you have any children that are named traditional black names?
My second oldest son name is named after me.
That's not a traditional black name.
Yeah, and then my youngest boy is Lance.
Wow, you want them to have jobs.
Yeah, they're gonna have some good jobs.
So no, what I was asking was because we have a mutual friend who while we were in Mosul and Linda was pregnant with Emily, he told me, bruh, you should name your baby girl Delinda. And I'm like, wait, what? And he said, yeah, name her Delinda. Danny and Linda mashed together, Delinda.
Delinda.
Yeah. Nah, that never happened. And, but, you know, Miller, you know, you can still call her Delinda all you want, baby.
You know what's funny is that as soon as you said Delinda, I knew exactly who the hell came up with that. I went down and saw them, man, before he. Yeah, man, it was fun. It was fun seeing all them old dudes, man. I was messing with soldiers and shit. I was cursing. They told me I couldn't be cursing like that.
Bro, it's amazing, you know. And here's how we're gonna bring this all full circle back to the military. It's amazing to me how many people have lost their friendships, lost their fucking families over this retardedness of this election. You know, and one thing I'm proud to say is that I served with motherfuckers that, you know, they either were political, non-political, or hard left, hard right, but we were able to cut through the shit. And at the end of the day, fucking, you know, just be ourselves. You know what I mean? We could have great discussions. Yeah, we might get heated or passionate about our fucking discussions. But at the end of the day, once that fire mission comes down, guess what? We all working as a motherfucking well-greased machine. I call it organized chaos, you know, and I wish that people could continue to do that, because I'll give you a good example. I had this shit called the Great Debate a couple of weeks ago on the midweek memo, where my boy Hunt, who's far left, and my boy Chooks, who's far right, got into a very passionate discussion, like almost heated, you know what I'm saying? But afterwards, at the end, if you watch all the way at the end, Davis, Hunt tells Chooks, hey, man, I got to get with you after this. And Chooks was like, yeah, man, I got you. You know, like, basically, we're done, but we're able to move forward. And in the military, that's something that we do. We don't see each other. I mean, is there racism in the military? Yes. Is there racialness in this? In the yes, but guess what? At the end of the day, we still come together like we're supposed to. You know what I'm saying? Is it right, wrong, or indifferent? Yeah, it's fucking wrong as two boys fucking. But I mean,
you say that nowadays.
Yeah, I can say whatever the fuck I want. This is my motherfucking podcast. Shit.
You know what's funny though about that racism in the military? When I first came in, man, I was a freaking diabolical Negro. Okay, I'm gonna just say it like that.
You can't say Negro nowadays.
you couldn't take the hood out of me for a second. You know, ask my boys. You know what I'm saying? Back in those days, but I got pulled into the office by my first sergeant at the time. First Sergeant Flowers. Love that guy to death. He looked at me and he said these exact words here. Pardon my French. He said, Davis, in the military, if you want to succeed, you can't be a nigga. That's what he said. He looked me square in my eyes and said that. Mm-hmm. And I heard that echoed from a lot of prominent leaders that I was associated or surrounded by throughout the military. And then I started seeing, when I became an NCO, soldiers who wouldn't get out of that mindset, didn't know how to succeed. They would come into, I heard all the time, Davis, you just ask us. I said, no, I'm using stuff to my advantage. Why do you think they didn't kick my fat ass out yet? Understand what I'm saying?
You know,
I used to tell, I told them all the time. I said, I'm smart. Okay. I know I'm smart. I might not be the most physically gifted person on the planet, but I know my FTC shit like the back of my hand. So some unit is going to need me.
You know what? I was gonna wrap this shit up, and now we got Don lean into another.
No, we gotta wrap it up. I gotta clean up. My wife is gonna kill me.
I got you. Just one quick fucking. I just want to end this on this then. And why is it that minorities, and I'll say minorities because it's us, if we educate ourselves, or if we succeed, or if we do what we need to do to fucking succeed in the world, why is that being white? Why is that not being true to ourselves? What is you can't be a nigga? You know, what does that mean? What, that you explain that?
Okay, so you from the hood, you know, okay? You can't do things that would get you elevated in the hood if you want to actually proceed and prosper in life. Mm-hmm. Understand what I'm saying? So now we're older. Okay. I got kids.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want my kids to go down a road that's going to either lead them in jail or dead.
Right.
Because then I can't take care of them. I can't protect my children in that environment, or if they're dead, I'm just going to be mourning. Understand what I'm saying? So if you go into any situation with that hood mentality, okay, first thing they're going to do, somebody's going to chew you up. Mm-hmm. That is superior. Mm-hmm. And you're going to revert back to that hood mentality and do something stupid that's going to make you either be hood or dead or in jail.
So basically, you got to unlock yourself out of that fucking system that we are mentally incarcerated in.
Yes.
It doesn't mean that you're fucking acting white. It doesn't mean that you're not acting as you're supposed to be. It means that you're breaking yourself from the cycle that's held you down.
Yes.
So basically, here's what bothers me, bro. That I can't have a fucking opinion, or I can't speak a certain way, or I can't vote a certain way, because then I'm being a traitor to my race. Then I'm being a motherfucking sellout. Then I'm talking white. What the fuck is talking white? Because a motherfucker decided to read a goddamn dictionary. Now I'm fucking talking white. Why? Because I don't speak Ebonics. Motherfucker, Ebonics isn't a language. How about you fucking learn to articulate a goddamn thought? Now, don't use big words, because then you sound retarded. Yes, I'm not supposed to say retarded, but then you sound retarded. All right. So check it out. Just because you're a minority and because you're looking to fucking strive for success does not mean you're an ass kisser. Does not mean that you're a fucking sellout. It means that you're trying to break the fucking cycle and break out of the goddamn prison that's in your mind. Succeed, motherfuckers. With that said, I'll give you the last word, Marquis.
Look, I can't follow that. That was it. That was it. I mean, you can say that about the election. Stop following behind one person, whether it be Biden or Trump. Make your own decisions.
Locally, if you want change in your hood.
Boy, that's it. I'm done. I'm done, Lopez. I'm done.
Hey. So basically, if we were on the gun line, I would say FTC, gun 7, rounds complete.
And I'll be like, nah, bro, you got one more. Charge 2 greenbacks. Shoot that shit.
Yo, were you on the gun line when fucking Tedder called me out and said, gun 7, you're out? And and then
that was during the Chinese shoot, wasn't it?
That was on I don't know. That was on the shoot that fucking the colonel was at.
Oh, we was in Mosul. Yes.
No. This was here in he was in Stewart, bro. We were doing we were fucking shooting, and we were shooting shake and bakes. We were shooting fucking Willie Pete's and then shooting fucking HE. But anyways, all I know, the mission came down. My fucking gunner was trying to put the fuse on the motherfucking Willie Pete, but he couldn't fit it on there. And fucking Terry kept telling me, gun 7, status. Gun 7, status. And then I was like, Roger, my gunner's having some issues. Then I just hear, gun 7, you're out. And
let me tell you, FDC, if I hear you say, my gunner's having issues, then guess what I'm finna do? All right, fucking, hey, 1, 2, shoot some extra round. Yeah, and then 7, you put those rounds of 2.
I got you. But here's what happened. By the time that he came back, it said gun 7, you're out. Kerr, my number 1 man, already had the motherfucking round in there, and he had just rammed it. So when I heard gun 7, you're out, I said, fuck that, fire, boom. And I got my ass chewed by Tedder for that afterwards, bro. And for some reason you froze up on me. God damn. Are you there, Bueller? All right. Well, that was a quick story from on the Gunline podcast. Good days, good times. And it looks like I lost my buddy over here, but his router just died is what he hit me up. Hey, man, I want to thank you all for being here on the Gunline podcast, listening to us shoot the shit. I hope you guys listen to the midweek memo coming up this Wednesday. Don't know what the fuck we're talking about yet, but make sure you guys hit us up, all right? With that being said, rounds complete, end the mission. Gunline out. Bye, y'all.